Good morning, you guys. I am needing to film a life update today. My house is a mess because we do live here every day. And we have, okay, so let me just like come out with like a bang with the updates. We have decided to stay in this house, which kind of will make sense whenever I do the life update later on about my career and what's going on. But because we decided to stay here, we have picked back up on the remodeling projects that we had stopped essentially until we knew what we were going to be doing. So I want to show you guys the bathroom. We are starting to panel it, and I really wish the real color picked up because this is not looking the same. However, we are doing the board and batten style paneling. There is going to be a piece of trim up here. And then I do have some extra character pieces that will go around the inside just so it's not plain. So I can't wait to finish it and show you guys. If you want, like that, the color is, that's more of what the color looks like. It's called French Colony Blue from Behr. And it looks so different on camera than it does in here, which is crazy. But it's coming together. You wanna go to Starbucks? You wanna go bye-bye? Let's go. Okay, we're in the car at Starbucks, and I wasn't gonna get Rucker a pup cup today because it just goes all over the car whenever I do it. But they have a camera at the drive-through window that I didn't know about. And she's like, oh, do you want me to get your puppy a pup cup? And I was like, sure, because I couldn't say no. So, and then he heard her say it, so now he's whining because he wants it. You're gonna get it. We're next in line. So I guess Rucker gets his Starbucks today too. Okay, so if you clicked on this video, it's likely because I have something in the title that states there has been a change. So let's talk about that change. This honestly is not a clip or video I ever thought that I would be posting or, you know, putting out there. I never thought this honestly would happen. So here we are, and I want to go through it, but I want to start off by saying just this main thing. Yes, I have taken another full-time job. No, I did not completely leave the medical examiner. I will still be there, just in a reduced capacity. And so I'll talk about this kind of the scheduling and all that stuff. But just know that this was a decision that was very hard to come by. It was very hard to come to, I should say. And originally I turned this job offer down before returning back about a week and a half to 2 weeks later to accept it. So this has weighed on me, and it was a process that I just was kind of thrown into, and anyways, here we are. So let's talk about it. And yeah, this is obviously just a massive update. So you guys know that I've had my dream job now for over 2 years. I love working in the forensic field. My full-time job was working as a medico-legal death investigator, just in case you are new. I have dropped my status, so I will still be employed there. Like I literally have a shift tomorrow that I will be at. But obviously not in a full-time role any longer, so I'll be there just in reduced capacity, because I sincerely love that role so much. I don't need to tell you guys over and over how much I love that role. I love the work that I do. However, I was kind of presented with another opportunity in organ donation, and most of you guys know that I have always been more of like an end-of-life nurse. I've never wanted to, you know, jump into pediatrics or like labor and delivery. Nothing wrong with it. That just wasn't me. I'm more like the end of life type person. So at the time that I was presented with this, we were going through a lot of changes at our office. And so I just heard them out, and medical examiner offices do work closely with organ donation or organ procurement organizations. I do not have a good pronunciation of that word. So we obviously our offices worked very close together. And so I was presented with an opportunity. I ended up going through the interview process, and which was quite extensive for good reason. And we jumped to the job offer, and then I thought about it and then declined it. I just wasn't sure, and I really couldn't give an answer, and I turned it down. And I knew after I turned it down that it was the wrong decision because I did not feel easy. I just kind of felt unwell. I was just not sure of a lot of things at the time. And then, you know, I had conversations with Luke about it because I knew the training was going to be grueling. That was the part that I was like, I have to make it through the 3 months. Like, we're just going to have to sacrifice for about 3 months of training. And then I ended up going back, reaching back out to them. Luckily, it all worked out, and I was able to accept. So my job title now will be an organ donation coordinator. Like working at the ME, this is like a 1% like niche area of nursing. So I do feel very lucky to be doing two things that are very specific. However, when you tell people about it, they don't know what it is. So I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what a death investigator was until I was introduced to that field. I didn't know what this job was until I was introduced to the medical examiner field, where we in turn work with organ donation. So kind of like a cluster going on there, a lot of moving parts. But basically my role is I will medically manage organ donors. So they're all in like the ICU setting. They are either brain dead or they will be pronounced dead in the OR. There's a lot of things that I'm still learning, so I can't give you guys like a complete guide. However, it's very interesting is what I should say. When, at least in our state, when patients are pronounced brain dead, my scope as an RN increases. So I have a lot more ability to do certain things. So as the role of an organ donation coordinator, if you're working with a patient who is brain dead and they have expressed their wishes either prior to death that they want to donate organs, or their family is wanting them to donate organs and give life to someone else, that is where our role will start. And then we take over the management of them. So we're looking at everything organ-wise, and it's obviously a different way of thinking because in nursing, you treat for survival usually, and this time my role is to treat the organ donor and keep watch on the organ. And so you're kind of like the doctor for the organs because your scope increases. So we're able to practice more in advanced practice, kind of. There's a lot more things that we were able to do. Rucker one's in. Okay, I don't remember what I was saying now. He's not going to leave me alone. But that is basically the job role kind of in a nutshell. And like I said, I'm still learning. Now, I will be able to tell you guys more things as I go along. But during my job shadow, just seeing all the moving parts, it really combines, my love of doing end of life with my nursing knowledge. And working in forensics is fantastic. However, because I am moving towards a goal of being a nurse practitioner, being able to put myself in a job where I already have to think like a provider and, kind of in that field of medical management and, looking at labs, interpreting results, making decisions based off those results. This is an experience that you really can't get in another area of nursing until you are an advanced practice provider. Hey, Rucker. He likes to eat the little threads on the couch. So basically with everything in tune, I went to my boss at the medical examiner and said, if I cannot stay here in a reduced capacity, I'm not going to take this other job. I don't want to let go of a job that is my dream, that I love so much, to go and advance my career for the medical side, because I really do want to have it all. And that's the truth. I work really hard. I go to school full time. I just do want to have it all if I can. And luckily it worked out and I was able to stay on, and that put my decision making at ease. Being able to have that answer from them of, yes, we want you to stay here. We want you to be able to still work here. And so it luckily all worked out. Now scheduling wise, once the training is over, the training is grueling. I will be going all across Iowa depending on where cases pop up at, especially during my training. After that, I will be more centralized, which is really nice. The full-time hours for this position are 10 to 12 days a month, which is huge. I was only working 14 days a month full-time at the other office. So working here at this position, it's working, you know, less days, still equal to the same amount of hours, I believe, but 10 to 12 days a month, more time at home, more time to pick up shifts over there, more time for schoolwork. It just kind of seemed to fit what I needed at the time. And some shifts are 12s, some calls are 24s. It really just depends. Luke has been very essential in making this all possible. Like always, he just seems to make everything possible with training schedules and things like that. He just steps up and it's like, if you want to do this, I want you to do it. He really wanted me to go for this, and that also alleviated some of the pressure that I was feeling. And honestly, guys, I'm really happy, and it just makes me happy to know that I'm just doing the things that I really want to do, and I have the support behind me. That support truly is everything, and I don't take it for granted at all. So yeah, that is the big update. I'm very happy to be able to continue doing both and, you know, kind of advance myself. Really what I want out of my nursing career, it truly is job security, because one day I will be moving away from Iowa when the kids are a little bit older. I would love to go somewhere else. Now the caveat to that is that I do have 2 nursing jobs that are very specific, and so I would have to move towards either another organization or another medical examiner's office. And we all know that I love forensics more than anything in my entire life, and it's always been my first choice. So I would like to think that my career long haul wise will always include some kind of medical examiner's office. I know that forensic nurse practitioners are starting to become a thing. I know Las Vegas just hired one, so I'm looking at potentially, when I finish nurse practitioner school down the road, you know, my medical examiner's experience here in Iowa will be so great and be very crucial to me finding a job if I want to go the forensic route later on in life. But yeah, guys, my mind just runs like a million miles a minute. So as I'm talking, I'm just thinking of all these things that I could keep saying. But I wanted to get this out there because I'm sure you guys have noticed that I haven't been, when I'm on Instagram during days that I typically would be working, I've just been like in normal clothes and traveling, and I've been traveling because I have been traveling for work now. So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. I don't really know anything yet, to be honest with you. I'm still in the early stages. Because it's all ICU setting, I do know the medical part. However, it's just different. And so I'm just learning their protocols and, you know, all kinds of different things. It's a lot of work that goes into this process. And it's just like I go to work and I'm just like a fire hose at me, but honestly I'm super happy, and I just wanted to update you guys on that. Okay, since I have to do mostly just schoolwork and some other modules, I do want to end the video, but I want to show you guys some of the updates we've already done. Keep in mind, I did not plan ahead with this. I didn't clean the house, so just know that when I show you guys this is what the house looks like whenever we just live here. And it was kind of a hectic morning, but I want to show you guys some of the updates we've done and then talk about what I want to do. So this is when you first walk in the house. You'll have to revert back to the original house tour. So when you walk in, this is the front door behind me. And you look up, there's the balcony. So every piece of wood in this house was this color, which is original to the late 90s when the house was built. So we just redid the stairs when we decided we were going to stay here. So they are now, obviously they're not completely done because I still have some black to do, but we redid the stairs. I decided to keep the original banisters, one for cost, but I also really like the old style, and so they stayed. And I did black on the banister because you obviously see we have a black door here. The kitchen island is black, and then the fireplace we had redone in black. We also had most of the trim done in Snowbound by Sherwin Williams, and I just love it. It's not stark white, but it does kind of pull gray. And then we've repainted all the walls. The wall color is Gossamer Veil by Sherwin Williams. And then this, I want to say is, I honestly can't remember the name of the black. For some reason I'm thinking it's Black Magic, but I'm not 100% sure, so I will put it in the description box. We also have a black accent wall going up the stairs, which is not completely finished. We need to pull the big ladder out to do that. And then the playroom, the chair rail was already here. And so we ended up just refinishing or replacing the light fixture altogether. I actually hate this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I hate it. I don't wanna rechange it right now, but I don't know. I haven't loved it since we put it in. So likely that will get changed at some point. But this is a bear paint color, and I found these little sticker appliques on Amazon. And then we got these from Hobby Lobby and then just repainted them with some different paint colors. And then we changed out the ceiling fan, did black on the fireplace. All the trim in here is Snowbound. Okay, so redid the closet doors here, changed out both light fixtures. This used to be a huge light box if you guys remember, so we did put a black ceiling medallion in, and then obviously cabinets are the same color as the trim. Did a black island, so there's just kind of hints of black all over the house, which I love. And again, it's messy because I don't live in a pristine, clean house all the time. And then the next project after we finish the bathroom, which will be finished next weekend, we're going to be paneling this entire wall with like the long box panels, if that makes sense. And then at some point we would like to create the IKEA like built-ins along the wall. And from what I'm seeing with that, people just take some unfinished cabinets on the bottom, put the shelves on top, and then create a border around it. That'll be a lot of time and patience trying to figure out exactly what I want, but then that will finish most of the downstairs. We're not going to touch the laundry room until way later on, because we're going to, once the library is finished, we're going to move upstairs to the master bathroom. But with all that being said, honestly, I don't even care. I feel like all of our houses are messy at some point, so we really can't judge each other, especially with kids. You know, if you clean the house, they're just behind you destroying it anyways. But that's going to be all for this video, you guys. Thanks for being here on my journey and continuing to follow as my life changes. I really am appreciative of you all in this community, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.